Okay, hello everybody. I hope this audio is good. Welcome to the stream. Today, I'm gonna be doing some meal prepping, so welcome to my kitchen. Okay, actually, let me see if I can. Yeah, so it doesn't follow just my face, and you can see down here a little bit. Let me see if I can reduce that. Okay. Yo. And before I do anything, I need to just maybe reduce the audio a little bit. Okay, give me 1 second. And I'm also just going to test the audio, so give me 1 second as I prepare. How is the audio? And I'm also just going to test the audio, so give me 1 second as I prepare. Okay, it sounds pretty good. I'm gonna play. Maybe that's too loud. So you can hear me, and the desktop audio is like slightly lower. I'll adjust it here. Okay, I'm gonna test it just to see now. And desktop audio is like slightly lower. I'll adjust it here. Okay, it's pretty low. I can. And let me. I think that's a good amount. Okay. Things looking good. And let me see if I can zoom. Okay. What's up, everybody? Welcome. Welcome. So today is Sunday Fun Day. This is still too loud for me. Maybe if I raise this volume and lower that on my. Alright. Okay. I'm gonna do that because it's too high on my end and it's a bit distracting. But honestly, I think that's pretty good. Okay. Let me just adjust myself. And make sure nobody's in the chat. I want to add a doc. Usually there's like a YouTube doc since I'm streaming on YouTube. All right, docs. Because usually they give me a dog for this. Sorry guys, this is a slow start to the stream, but I'm gonna get ready soon, don't worry. Let's see what it sounds like. Usually they give me a dog for this. Sorry guys, this is a slow start to the stream, but yeah, that's pretty good. Okay. Oops. Let's see what it's... Okay, so if I want to have a chat on the screen, it's a bit strange. And last thing I want to check is the syncing with my face and the audio. I think it should be good. I think it's fine. We can get started very soon. All right. Is it still following me? No, it's not. There we go. How does it look? Take this in. I want to zoom out a little bit. Okay. Okay, I'll figure that out later. For now, I'll just have this in the background just in case. Okay, everybody, welcome. Today is Sunday Fun Day. Welcome to the stream. This is my kitchen. I'll give you like a little bit of an overview. So this is the main area where we're gonna do most of the meal prepping. I have like this little counter area. It's not the most clean right now, but welcome to my kitchen. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna prepare the area so that it's food safe. I'm gonna wipe it down and clean it a bit, and we'll do a little bit of meal prepping for the week. So, give me a second. I'm gonna go get some stuff and I'll be right back and we'll get it started. All right, welcome back, y'all. I'm just wiping down the counter a little bit. And mind you, this is my first time streaming in this kitchen, so we'll try to figure how this will work and try to figure out how this series will happen. I'm not on my desktop setup, so it's a bit different today. So I'm just trying to learn the ropes of this thing, and we'll try to figure out how we can navigate through this. So I want to be able to see my counter. There we go. I think that's pretty good. All right, so I'm just cleaning up my counter a little bit before we get started, because we'll be handling a bit of raw meats and stuff, and today we're just gonna do some meal prep stuff for the week. All right, so welcome. I wonder if, okay. Okay. Let's see. What do we want to do? Okay, so for today's meal prep, we have a couple of meals that we have prepared for us. So I'm gonna make like a spaghetti bolognese. Oh, that keeps moving. This is not the most intuitive. So you know what? I'm gonna leave it. I'm not gonna let it track me, and I'm just gonna keep it open there, like there. Like that, maybe. Okay. You just leave it open. You may go to the left there, down here. Okay. Let me think about this for a sec. Okay. All right, y'all. So like I said, today we're going to be meal prepping. I think what we're gonna do is, I have bread to make sandwiches, so I'm thinking of making like a chicken pesto sandwich for meal prep. And the other thing that I have is spaghetti. So I think I'm gonna make like a spaghetti bolognese dish for meal prep this week. All right, so let's see. What else do I have? So what should I start with? I think I'm gonna start with the spaghetti bolognese. So I'm gonna get out some ground beef. The spaghetti sauce. I think I have some onions. Maybe. I have some onions here. Let's see, what else do I have? Oh, mushrooms. So we're gonna add some mushrooms. This is gonna be a very simple meal. Nothing too complicated. So let's see. So we have some mushrooms, onion, some meat. What else do we have? Let's see what else we have. I have some parsley that I can put up in there. And maybe some broccoli. I wonder if this is still good. I think so. Yeah, I think it's still good. So I have broccoli, mushrooms, onion, parsley, and some meat. Okay. Maybe some garlic. Do I have some good garlic still? No. Oh, my garlic is bad. All right. Let's start with that. And then we can move on to something else. All right. Let's see. Yo, I'm so not used to streaming this, so if I'm awkward, a lot of it is because I'm kind of unprepared for this kind of stream. But we're gonna try it. We're gonna test it out. We'll have a little bit of fun. All right. So, I think first things first, we need to wash our vegetables. So I'm gonna have the mushrooms. This time you can follow me. All right, so I'm gonna wash this. I'm gonna put this in a colander. Let's see. I'm here. Okay. All right, so where is the colander? Let's see. Where's the colander? All right, so I have a colander here. I'm gonna just prepare a lot of the stuff just by washing it. So I'm gonna dump the mushrooms in there, wash that first. So this meal is very simple. And it's kind of like something you do as a broke student. You get your vegetables, you get your meats, you get your sauce. It tastes very good and it's very simple to make. So I'm gonna start with that. So first thing we'll do is just wash a lot of these vegetables. Get the dirt out of them. Okay. Wash it very well. Okay. The other thing I should probably do is marinate some chicken, because I'm making pesto sandwiches and I want to marinate the chicken in the pesto sauce and cook them into like little fillets. But we'll see. We'll see what we're doing. All right. All right, let's figure this out. Okay, so I washed the mushrooms. I'm gonna wash the broccoli and the parsley. Just take it out of there. Put the broccoli in there. I'm gonna cook some broccoli and then wash the parsley. All right, let's get this party started. I'm sorry if I'm very awkward right now. I will try to figure out some topics to talk about in the future. But I never really thought about this, but when I do meal prep, I'm very in my own world. So, okay. So I don't really think about that kind of stuff. I'm gonna leave the colander in there because it's dripping with water. The broccoli is washed. I'm gonna just put it in a bowl. Put everything in a bowl. Okay. All right. Oh, I'm getting a call. Give me 1 second. All right, sorry about that. I just got a call. But basically, we're just doing some meal prepping. Okay. Okay. So, let me. Okay. So I kind of messed up the order of operation. I should have done like the marinating of the chicken for the second meal that I want to meal prep. But it's okay, we'll just do everything one at a time right now. So when the pasta is cooking, I can start meal prepping the chicken. I'm gonna start off with a little drink, some cider, homemade cider. Not homemade, but local cider. I'm doing that just to take the edge off, start the process, you know. Because I'm a little bit stressed, you know, I'm a little tense right now. I feel a little bit awkward doing this, so I'm going to take a drink, start the process right with a little bit of cider. Okay, and maybe that could be a tradition. We cheers to some cider or some alcohol before we get started cooking. That way, I'm not all awkward when doing this meal prep, because I am totally not used to this at all. All right, here we go. Cheers, y'all. Cheers, y'all. That's some good cider. Also realize how like crazy I look right now. Have to shave and stuff. Anyway, and we'll do a quick zin before we start. Just to take the edge off. Okay? All right, no more dilly-dallying. Let's get started. I'm gonna start with the broccoli and the mushrooms. I'm gonna cut them up, and then I'll cut this onion. We're gonna saute it a bit with the meat, and then we'll put the sauce in, marinate it a bit, put some seasoning in it, and then that's gonna be our bolognese sauce. As you can see here, I have some knives, and I am going to lower myself. Okay, so no more. None of that. All right. So you can start watching. I'm gonna use this for the mushrooms. Just to place the mushrooms. Just wash this bowl. I hope that I'll have some more interesting things to talk about after a while of doing this. This is part of my 2026 resolutions to make sure I consistently do my routines properly. Okay, so let me start with the mushrooms. I'm gonna cut the mushrooms and put it in this bowl here. I'm wondering if there's anything else I can put in the bolognese. All right, let's cut some mushrooms. If there's anything interesting. I wonder if there's anything interesting that I can talk about. All right. So hopefully after I meal prep, it won't take too much time. I can do a Pipistrello stream after this. That game's kind of fun. It's been a while since I played like a platformer game like that. It reminds me of like the OG Zelda games. OG platformer games. And you know, I feel like for me that was like the peak of video games when I used to play Game Boy Advance games, Game Boy SP and stuff like that. I remember like the old Ocarina, Oracle of Times games. Those were so fun. the old like Mega Man BattleNet games. Those were like peak gaming in my opinion. Honestly, I feel like an old person saying like games are not the same as it was. And to be fair, I haven't really caught up on all the new games. That's why this year's resolution is to play and beat 3 games. The first one that I'm playing right now is Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. That's a really good game too. I can't shit on modern games. Modern games are really good. It's just, I guess I'm just in a different point in my life where those games don't have the same emotions that I did when I was a kid attached to them. So I don't feel as connected. And sometimes I feel like when I'm playing Tears of the Kingdom, it just feels kind of grindy. Where I'm just trying to figure out the next shrine that I gotta do. Then I'm just gonna pull up my chat like that. I think it'll be easier. Just in case anyone decides to join. Is it possible to make my screen smaller? There you go. Okay, that's all I gotta see. All right. Ugh. Shit. I got a little dizzy. It's because I took the Zyn and took a sip. I should hydrate. Another thing I need to do is hydrate this year. Make sure I'm drinking enough water. So I'm gonna pour it in this container to make sure that I'm drinking properly. Yeah, this is a bit weird because usually when I meal prep, I'm either watching a show and it is a bit of a relaxing time. Maybe this is not so great because I am talking. Maybe I won't do this every time I meal prep. We'll see. Anyway, so the mushrooms are done. I'm gonna just put them in this, actually I'm gonna put them in this bowl here. Put them to the side a little bit. Man, this feels so weird to stream me doing random chores. But it is what it is. Okay, big stem, gone. I don't like the big stem. Cut off all these little pieces here. It's a bit weird because I feel like I'm talking to myself while I meal prep. It's fine, I guess. Tell me if I'm cutting broccoli wrong. Maybe there's a better way of cutting broccoli, but I do like a little bit of stem, so I make it a bit long like that. Put it up into the broccoli pieces there. Maybe it's wrong, but we'll see. I like to have like chunks of broccoli like that. I'll be honest with you, the last few weeks I haven't been meal prepping myself. I've been mostly like eating out because it was vacation. But my girlfriend also meal preps for me, and I'm doing this because I want to help her out a little bit. I feel bad for her doing all this meal prepping stuff by herself, so I want to be less focused on my work and just focusing on work, and but also doing like real life stuff. So okay, there we go. Broccoli is done. Gonna compost this. Here in Montreal, they pick up compost, so I'm gonna put the broccoli in here. Okay, this I'm just gonna toss into the compost. All right, what else? Drink some water. Oh yeah, how am I gonna do the cooking? All right, we'll figure out how to do the actual cooking aspect. We take off the sacrificial layer. Feels like a waste. I know people like to create like some sort of broth out of it. I don't have time. I don't make broth at home. So I'm just gonna compost it. But it's the sacrificial layer. I might cut 2 onions. We'll see. Slice and dice. Slice and dice. Doesn't need to be very small. It could be like chunks like these. I think that's fine. I like to give it an extra few chops just in case. Yeah. Chop, chop, chop. Oof. I'm not gonna lie, I've been having a bit of anxiety and I'm not sure why. I think it's like getting back into work. It's all this life stuff. I feel like as you get older, this life stuff is kind of like wearing you down a bit. I already told you my 2026, like 2025 wasn't the greatest year for me at least. Well, for the world in general, and I feel like that does take a lot of your mental capacity away, and I just feel like there's a bit of mundanity to life that I've been trying to work on, and I should find these kind of stuff, this kind of stream, more fun to do. Like, I feel like this is what being human is about, right? I wonder if that's enough onion. I might do like another half an onion, because onions tend to cook down. Oh God, my eyes. Woo! Oh, my eyes. Scheiße. All right. Let's keep on going. Okay. I've been going to the gym lately. I've been following through with my routine, which is good. I haven't given up yet. All right, small onion here. I think it's still good. Okay, what was I talking about? I was talking about video games. Okay, so yeah, I've been playing Tears of the Kingdom. Like I said, it's so fun. Honestly, it's a really good game. It's the exploration on that game is very peak. Like, I love the side missions. To be honest, you get way too lost in the side missions. I haven't even started the main quest of the 4 regions in Tears of the Kingdom because I've been just busy trying to do every shrine, and pretty much like all the side quests I get stopped on, I'll do them as well. But sometimes I feel like I have not progressed at all in this game whatsoever. But the lore and the world building of that game is very good. And I think it's better than Breath of the Wild. In fact, I'm sure it's better than Breath of the Wild. But like I said, it's such a big game that, you know, I feel like I tend to lose interest in the game because I'm constantly playing it. Like, I'll play it from like 7 p.m. until like 1 a.m. in the morning, and I'm like, where did the time go? I just did like 3 shrines and like 1 or 2 side quests, you know? And it takes up so much time, and I'm like, okay, I can't do that every night. But I do miss the days when I was a kid and I would just play video games without thinking about anything. Without thinking about anything but playing video games. So in one way, it's like bittersweet. It feels good to play video games and not think about anything else. But then once I'm done in playing those games, the reality sets in and I'm like, oh shoot, I have so much work that I could have done and all that. And I don't know how to fix that. I feel like that's part of adulthood that really sucks. And yeah, I don't know. I need to figure out how to be a normal human being. Okay, let's see. Onions are chopped. This is chopped, that's chopped. I'm gonna see if I have garlic. If I don't have garlic, then forget it. We won't use garlic in this. Yeah. Looks like all my garlic is kind of old. It's like falling apart. It's a bit of a shame. I shouldn't keep the garlic in the fridge, but that sucks. Alright then, we will use something else instead. Maybe chives? Are chives like a good replacement to garlic? Oh shit. Alright, sorry. I just spilled beer. Alright, let me... Sorry guys, I just need to wipe that up. That's not good. Spilled beer. Because beer gets all sticky. That's not fun. Alright. Let me wipe this real quick. Just so that no beer stains get stuck in there. Welcome to meal prep. This is real life, y'all. This is what life is like. It's not fun. Life is not fun sometimes. Alright. Alright. I have chives somewhere. I think this is chives. Yeah, I'll just cut some chives. Let's cut some chives. I'll wash it real quick. Man, am I tired of life. All right, here we go. All right. I saw a video on how to properly cut chives. It's more like a sliding motion rather than a chopping motion. Okay, I think that's enough chives. I'm not gonna do a lot. Okay, stick it like that. I got some meat, so basically we're gonna cook the meat a little bit, maybe add the chives and onions, and then we'll top it off with this passata sauce. Oh shit, sorry, I wasn't showing you guys. We have some meat, we have some passata, and then this stuff is going to create our bolognese. All right, let me open that up. I wish I had some red wine to make this add to the flavor of it all, but you know how it goes. Okay. I'm gonna prep the cooking station. Okay, this stuff, I think you can follow me. So you can follow me here. Yeah, so this is the kitchen, the cooking station. I can't really zoom in here. Maybe I'll try. Let me see if I can zoom in. All right, let's go. It's too zoomed in. It's too zoomed in. All right, I think it's fine this way. Oh, let me move that down there. All right, so how are we gonna do this? Let's figure this out. Pots and pans. I think I'm gonna cook it in this thing here. I have this big pot here. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cook the meat on this side, start cooking the veggies on this side, or I'll start cooking the mushrooms and the broccoli here just to soften it a little bit. It'll release some water when I cook the mushrooms, and then I'll add the broccoli and some oil. I'll start cooking the meat here, and then I'll add the onions, chives with garlic. Chives with some oil, and then start mixing it together, and then I'll add the passata sauce. All right. So let's see how it goes. All right, let's figure this out. So I'm gonna start heating the pot up. So I'll take the broccoli and the mushrooms first. And I'm gonna let it heat up for a little bit. While I let it heat up, just chill out a bit. Okay, let's see. Yeah, this is me, by the way. I'm just checking out the stream right now.
Spotify is a
My bad. All right, what was I talking about? Okay, Breath of the Kingdom. Okay, sorry, no. Tears of the Kingdom, not Breath of the Kingdom. So it's a good game. I think that's the first game I'll beat during my 2026 resolution. It's a big game, so we'll try my best. Pipistrello, I think that'll be the second game that I beat. I'll do that live on stream here. That's honestly, it's a really good game. I want to do something more modern, like maybe Expedition 33. I don't know. I want a game that's just really fun to play. Like I'm just like, wow, that was a really good game. You know, I want that feeling of like being immersed in a world. And maybe it's, I'm waiting for Grand Theft Auto 6. All right, I think it's heated up enough. So let's go over here. So for the mushrooms, I'm not gonna put any oil first because it's very, like mushrooms have a lot of water in them. So I'm gonna let it release a lot of its water. Midway through, I'm gonna add some salt as well. So let's do that real quick. I don't know if you can hear the sizzling. Let's start that. Start with the mushrooms. Give it a lot of surface area. And once the mushrooms start releasing water, I'm gonna add the broccoli. Because we kind of want the broccoli to steam a little bit. Because it's so hard. I know you can't see what I'm doing, but it's okay. Just trust the process. I wonder if you can see. Just added the mushrooms here. Okay. Whew. Why is life so hard? Life is a lot of repetition, lots of disappointment. I'm trying my best to keep hope, but you know me. Do I still have pasta? Vermicelli. I'm just wondering if I have old pasta from before. I guess not. I'm gonna have to open up my pack. Okay, while I do that, I'm gonna boil some water. Okay, here's my pot. I'm gonna add some water. I'm not gonna cook a lot of pasta. I'm just gonna cook like a handful. And start it there. My salt. Where did I put my salt? Okay, salt is here. God. Okay, you see? So the mushrooms are already starting to release a lot of water, which is great. I'm gonna add some salt to the mushrooms so that they release more. I'm gonna add salt to the water. Okay, now that the mushrooms have started releasing some water, I'm going to add my broccoli. I'm gonna lower the heat a little bit. All right, where's the broccoli? All right, I'm adding the broccoli. A little bit of broccoli, you know. Just so that it cooks and steams a little bit. Make it soften a little bit before I fully cook it. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit of olive oil. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Add a little bit over there, just for the meat. And I'm gonna start adding the meat as well. I hope you can hear the sizzling. Okay. I'm gonna open up the meat pack and go ahead and add this meat to the side there. Oh shit. And I'm just gonna cook the meat until like it's just slightly brown. Not all the way through yet. Matter of fact, I'm gonna lower the heat a little bit. Make sure to grind it up. There we go. I'm gonna add the chives. I'm gonna start adding the chives. Okay, add the chives, but not the onions just yet, because the onions cook pretty fast. Now I kind of want to keep the flavor of the onions and not cook it out all the way. I guess technically chives are also onions. I don't know. Chives with a little bit of olive oil and a little bit of salt. You know, give it a little garlicky flavor, you know? since I don't have garlic. I was gonna use garlic, but I don't have any at the moment. And then now I'm gonna mix it into the meat. So the meat is still cooking a little bit. Just mix it. And I have them separated on 2 different sides here. All right. To be honest, I don't know where I'm going with this streaming stuff. Is it still following me? Yeah. To be honest, I don't know where I'm going with all this streaming stuff. I kind of just want to do it as a log. But I also kind of want to do it so that I can, you know, interact with people. I don't know. That sounds very sad. Okay. The meat is pretty brown. It's not all the way cooked through, which is fine. We don't want it to be. And I'm gonna add all the onions. I am gonna add all the onions. And let it cook slightly. And then I'll add the passata. In fact, I'm going to start mixing the onions with the meat. Just so you guys can see what it looks like, I'm going to take it off the stove for a little bit. Oh, you can't see me. Okay, hold on. It stopped following me. All right, hold on. Come back here. Follow me, follow me. Don't get lost. All right. And kind of just want to show you what it looks like. It looks like a bit of jambalaya. All right, let it cook, let it cook. All right, make sure all of the meat is all minced up. You don't want big chunks, you want small chunks, right? And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start mixing it all together with the veggies and all the onions and all the mushrooms and the broccoli. This is when I would start adding a little bit of wine. If I had some wine, some red wine. I don't right now. So we will not do that at this moment. Okay. It's coming along, it's coming along. I'm gonna add this passata soon. I'm just letting it cook for like 2 more seconds, 10 more seconds. Let's say, let's finish up this cider. Cheers, y'all. To a meal prep. To a good meal prep. Okay. And now I'm gonna add the passata. Okay. Okay, you'll notice that there's not that much passata, that it's like fully submerged. If that's the case, then you want to add a little bit of water. And what I like to do is I like to fill this up a little bit. Make sure that it gets all the sauce. It doesn't have to be a lot. Like that's enough. You know? Mix up the slurry. And just put it in there. If there's too much water, just let it cook down. And I'm gonna raise the temperature for cooking this because the water was a bit cold. And once it starts simmering, once it starts boiling, I'll put the lid on and lower the heat. All right. The other issue I have with Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom is that there's this cooking mechanism, but there's just way too many options that I'm like, I don't even know what recipes exist, and I don't want to like figure out what recipes to cook. It's like an overkill. I mean, I appreciate that it exists, but it is a bit overkill. All right. Looks like it's boiling, so I'm gonna lower the heat. Lower it a lot to like low to mid temperature. And I'm gonna let it simmer. Let it slow cook and simmer. I'm gonna put this lid on there. Gonna put this lid on there. Oh, too big, too big. Too small. Bigger lid, bigger lid. All right. What happened to the music? Where is Moseka? Oh, that's right. Okay. Okay. All right, things are moving. Things are moving. So I put the lid on, letting it simmer. Let the juices mix, let it all be introduced with each other. Now is a good time to add, or not, maybe not yet, but you can start adding like some seasonings that you have. I'm gonna add some oregano. Okay, add a little bit of oregano flavor. I'm not gonna salt it till the end. Alright. And it looks like our pasta water is boiling, so I'm gonna lower the temperature of the pasta water. And add the pasta. So here's the pasta. I'm not gonna do a lot today, just enough for like a dinner for two. A dinner for two. I think that's a good handful. I never measure this. Just grab a handful, put it in the bowl, let it sink. And continuously mix it while that happens. Okay, now's a good time to start cleaning up your area. I'm gonna start throwing stuff away. Okay. Okay, next thing. Gonna compost this. And I'm just gonna make sure that the pasta falls in properly. Okay. Make sure the pasta falls in. Okay. Add a lid to that if you must. Ugh. I always do one too small of a lid. One size too small. Okay, add a lid. Okay. I think that's good. Put that there. All right. Next thing we gotta do now is prepare the chicken. Yeah. All right, let me think about this for a sec. So next thing on meal prep is chicken sandwiches. I think because it's meal prep, you don't want to put the bread and everything all together. So I'm just gonna meal prep the chicken for it. Okay. So I got some chicken here. Some chicken breast. I'm gonna slice and dice it in half and then marinate it. I don't think I'm gonna do anything too crazy. I have like this marinade, this pesto tomato marinade sauce or whatever it is. I'm just gonna marinate it, cook it, and then add some more sauce on top of it. So let's see. All right, so you can stop following me. I'm gonna put it down a little bit to the cook area. Maybe a little bit up, maybe a little bit up, like that. That's perfect, so you can see my face. All right, let's see. Let's try this. Oh. Pasta is boiling over a little bit. I'm just gonna lower it a bit. Mix the pasta a bit. Okay. Mix what I gotta mix periodically. Okay, before I deal with some meat, I'm just gonna chop the parsley that I had here. I had some parsley here. Is it? Oh, that's not parsley. Where did I put the parsley? All right, I guess I lost my parsley. Oh, here it is. Okay, so there's still some parsley. Oh shit, it's boiling over. Keeps boiling over. Reduce the heat by a lot. Okay, I'm gonna wash this parsley, Get rid of anything that's not good. All right. I'm just gonna remove the stems of the parsley. Anything that's like yellow or wilting, I'm just not going to use it. So I'm just using the leaves, taking as much stem as off as I can. Okay. Maybe I'll do some more. A little bit more. Okay, that's enough parsley. All right, let's start chopping, y'all. I'm not enough of a yapper. I need to start yapping more. Especially if I'm doing this live stream. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. I don't want to chop it too much. Okay, there we go. We got some chopped parsley. I'll wait till a little bit after for me to actually put it in the concoction. All right. I'm gonna do some mixing. Soil is pretty much done. So the bolognese is pretty much done. I'm just letting it simmer. Matter of fact, let's put it at simmer. Okay, and the pasta itself, I need to test it out a little bit. So I like to test the noodle. No, still al dente. Still definitely too al dente. But I'm gonna take the cover off. Okay. We're almost done with that. Okay. I'm gonna move the parsley over there because I'm gonna add it towards the end. And what I want to do is I want to marinate some chicken. So I get a new cutting board. Maybe another bowl. All right, I'm gonna get another bowl. Like this size. Also, I like to use gloves when handling meats. Okay. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna chop it up. I don't think I'm gonna do like fillets. I'm gonna just chop it up. Okay. Just chopping them into smaller pieces. There's a lot of these thick boy pieces. Put it in the bowl. Yeah. I think I'm gonna do all the chicken. Fuck it. It's pretty relaxing. You know, it's this stuff I don't mind doing. It's the fact that once you're done doing it and you realize what time it is and what work still needs to be done, that's what's not relaxing, you know? But this kind of stuff, you know, it reminds me of being human. I think 2026, I have to change my mindset a bit. Change it to something like things don't need to be done immediately. There's still, how many breasts are there? There's 2 more breasts. I said, fuck it, I'm doing all of it. All right. Once I do that, the pasta should be ready. All right. All right, that's done. I want to open this up. Ah, shit, okay. That is cut. I'm just gonna check up on the pasta real quick before I move on again to that. Just gonna wash my hand before. Okay. Okay. Okay, check up on the pasta. Pasta's been simmering. All right, pasta's ready. Okay, I am gonna add my parsley. A little bit of salt and pepper. A little bit of salt, actually. I'll add pepper last. Let's mix all the ingredients, let it sit, let it simmer, let it introduce the flavors to each other. You know what they say? Let it swim. Okay. You guys can't see me, but I'm just mixing everything. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay, pasta's ready, so I'm going to drain it so you can follow me. Okay, colander, pasta, introduce oneself to each other. Okay. Drain all the water. And I'm gonna put it back in. And what I'm gonna do is, there's a lot of stuff in the way. Sorry about that. I'm just gonna add a little olive oil to the pot so it doesn't get dry and sticky. So you can see, there you go. Mix it nice and well. Okay. Should be good now. Okay, so we're done with the first meal. We'll wait for that. And now I'm going to add the pesto. Pesto marinade. This is for the chicken. Okay. Take out a spoon. Mix it a little bit. What happened to the song? Okay. I'm going to mix it. Since I'm not using this anymore, I'm going to use this to mix it. And add a little bit more, just like one dab more. Dab. Mix it nice and well. And I'm gonna let it sit for like maybe a couple minutes. Put it in the fridge. I'm just gonna put this in the fridge for a couple minutes somewhere. And we're gonna let it sit, and then we're gonna cook it in a bit. So this I can leave for a little bit. Okay. Let me get out of here. Okay. I'm gonna start cleaning up a little bit. You can follow me. I'm gonna start cleaning up a little bit. Which means put stuff in the dishwasher. All right, Mimi, get out of here. Mimi, no, get out. Mimi, get out. Mimi, go. Okay. All right. The chicken stuff. This should go in the dishwasher. This will need to be washed. I think the colander is done. I'm gonna put the colander down. Mimi, get out. All right, what's up with the music? Okay. Okay. This over here. Gonna start washing some dishes. This needs to be washed. This needs to be thrown out. Okay. All right. The next thing I want to do, I want to test my creation. So I'm going to have dinner. All right, so let's taste test. Let's do a quick taste test. So I have a plate here. Yeah, gonna put a little bit of the pasta on the plate here. Okay. Put a little bit of the sauce. Just like one chunk full. And look at that. Look at that. There is our finished bolognese spaghetti. All right, let me move down. Oh, oops. Sorry about that. So I'm gonna test it out. All right. Of course, we're gonna need a little bit of this. We're gonna need a little bit of that. Some of this Romana cheese. Sprinkle a little bit on there. Ooh, a little bit. It's a little bit more than enough, yeah. Okay. Let it cool down for a little bit. And we'll test it out. All right, I kind of want the cheese to melt a little bit. Get in there. All right, presentation looks pretty good. It looks delicious, smells delicious. And this will be lunch or dinner for like the next 2 days for me and my girlfriend. And after that, we're gonna do the chicken. Mimi, get up. Mimi, get up. Mimi, this food is not for you. All right. Have a little bit of cider on the side there. Drink it up. Right there. Cheers, y'all. Itadakimasu. Let's try this. Ooh, looks good. Might be a little hot. Mmm. Quite good. Hell yeah. Very good. So this is a very simple meal. You can make large batches of it. Stuff it with as much veggies as you want to make it healthier. Cheers. They're very good. They're very good. Delicioso. So this is my dinner. Dinner for one. You know what, guys? I'm gonna end the stream there because all I'm gonna do is just cook that chicken and put it away. But that was my bolognese tutorial for meal prep. I kind of want to eat this dinner and watch something, so I think I'm gonna end it there. Thanks everyone. Great stream, good first meal prep stream, so thanks for watching, y'all. Peace. Have a good one. One last bite on the stream. Ready? Delicious. All right, guys. Peace.